Hi, this is Erling with Travel Trail Sail. Today I'm giving an update on the TST 507 tire pressure monitoring system. Now, we purchased this TST system about 3 years ago, and overall it's been a fantastic system. It's nice knowing what the pressure and temperature is on the tires as you're driving down the road. And many of the things that attracted us to the TST have turned out to be good features. For example, it's got a nice clear display, small antenna on it, and we really like those flow-through sensors that I don't have to take off just when I need to top off a little air into the tire. So overall, great system. And it actually has alerted us on a few occasions before we get started down the road that you need to add a little air to that tire. So it's really nice to have that peace of mind. Now, to be fair, you could just use a tire pressure gauge and manually go around to each tire checking the pressure. And that's a great thing to do anyway. In fact, I find myself doing that. But it's a nice reminder to have the TST monitor, to turn that on, have it also check, but also having it monitor the tire pressure and temperature as you're driving down the road. So kind of a nice safety thing. I'm glad that we got it. Now, in those 3 years, we have learned a few things about the TST system. So I thought I'd share a couple of things that we've learned with you, and hopefully that's helpful. One of the biggest things we've learned about the TST tire pressure monitoring system is around the repeater. Now, it can be a long distance from the monitor to each of those sensors that are in the tires. So you'll need to install a repeater. We showed how to do that in our initial review. And it looks like this. When there's power, this light will turn and kind of glow red. And you'll typically install that by just putting these terminal connectors on the battery at the battery box of your travel trailer. So it's a pretty easy thing to install. Once you get that in, you can tuck any excess cable in there, and then there's Velcro on the back that you can install to the outside of the battery box, so a nice way to keep that secured. It's not a bad system. However, about once a year, we get so much corrosion on these terminal connectors that I've had to replace them. It's not a hard project. You just snip it off with a wire cutter, slide a new one on, do a little crimp, and then use a heat gun to make sure that the shrink plastic here is shrunk up so that it's a reasonably weatherproof seal. So we can do that. But I'm trying a new thing this summer, which is battery and terminal protector. It's a cream that you can put on these connectors that hopefully reduces the corrosion. So we'll keep you posted if that works. I actually got that at an auto parts store. You'll have to ask at the counter because these are small packages. They cost about $1 and they often keep them behind the counter. You can also order them on Amazon, but when I went to look there, they wanted you to buy 25 packages, which is a lot of battery and terminal protector. So that's just one thing, is you may need to replace these over time. Also, if you're going to not use your camper for a period of time, you probably just want to disconnect these from the battery. It's not a huge draw on the battery, but again, to reduce that corrosion and any load on the battery, just take these off. Now, what we wish we could have, and I think we mentioned this in the original review, is if this repeater could just be installed in the storage compartment of the travel trailer. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a way to connect this in, and then when you did the battery shut off, the power to the repeater would also shut off? So that would be nice. And in fact, TireLink is a tire pressure monitor system that some travel trailer companies are prepping for, so that their version of this repeater you can just snap in to a docking station in the storage compartment. And that looks pretty promising. The only thing about that system, I haven't seen that they have flow-through sensors, and the TST sensors, we don't have to take them off of the valve stems when we want to inflate the tires. So there's a really nice thing about the TST. So RV manufacturers, it'd be awesome if there was a way to add accessories like this in the storage compartment of the RV. The other thing that we've learned about this tire pressure monitoring system, and it's probably the same with any of them, is that each of the sensors on the tires has a battery. So one morning I turned on my TST monitor to make sure that the tires were in good shape before we left, and it couldn't find one of them. It was cycling through telling me the temperature and pressure on each tire, but it couldn't find one. And so I determined that that was actually probably the battery in the sensor, ordered a new set of batteries and replaced them, and we're all good. So it wasn't a challenging project. It's actually pretty easy. I'll walk you through the steps. When you first put those sensors on the tire, they came with a special little tool. There's a nut that goes next to the sensor to kind of secure it on the valve stem. So you'll need to back that off so that you can take the sensor off. Then using a small Phillips head screwdriver, like an electronics screwdriver, take that cover off, replace the battery and put a new one in, put the cover back on, and secure the sensor to the tire. I recommend doing this one sensor at a time, because if you took all four off, you'd have to keep track of which sensor goes to which tire, because on that monitor it tells you which tire is having a problem if it needs to alert you. So just do that one at a time. Those batteries were CR1632 batteries. I was able to find a 4-pack of Panasonic batteries on Amazon. They worked really well. The only thing was, this little pack of batteries came in a pretty large box. Oh well, easy project, and you'll probably need to do that every year or every 2 years just to make sure that your batteries are functioning and the tire pressure monitor system is also working. After having this TST tire pressure monitoring system for 3 years, I'm still going to give it a positive review. I really like it, and it gives us a bit of peace of mind to make sure that we know the temperature and pressure in each of our tires as we're going down the road. My question to you, though, is do you use a tire pressure monitoring system? And has it saved the day for you? We'd love to hear your stories. And also, which one do you like to use? Do you have the TST like we do, or a Tire Minder, or TireLink, or maybe another system? We'd love to know what your thoughts are on tire pressure monitoring and travel trailers. So please leave us a comment. And thanks for joining us. We love having you join our journey and can't wait to see you again next time.